I'm well. I hope you are too. What a great performance from your team late Saturday night at New Mexico State in a 9-3 game in the fourth quarter. Um, just talk about how you feel like your team played and how impressed you were uh, handling that kind of environment.
Well, I think it was a great team trip for us. Regardless who we're playing, I think we're still disappointed in the result. But I was really proud of their fight and their grit that they showed throughout the game. We just a couple plays here or there, and it's a little bit different.
Talk about the trip, obviously a long way out there. How did you feel like your guys handled that? And then what time did you get back? And do you have any concerns about how that bleeds into this week?
Absolutely. So, you jump on a flight. It's really wasn't bad getting out there. Left the day before, but we did walk out into a desert, and it was noticeably, in the mid 90s when we arrived there. And after a week and a half, 2 weeks of 70-degree weather, a little bit of a punch in the face. But uh, by the time the game time rolled around, it had dropped down into the 80s for us, and I felt our guys were acclimated to it. But it was a late start. It was a 9 p.m. start for our bodies, and by the time the game was done, we got on the plane and got back, and we rolled on campus just before 8 a.m. Here at the school, and thankfully only had a couple injuries, but yeah, the guys were pretty tired yesterday as we got through. No classes today, obviously with the holidays, so I think that helps us out a little bit. They're able to get a little bit of recovery before we have practice later on this afternoon.
First question for you this morning from Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
Chris, good morning. Welcome back.
Appreciate it.
What are some of the things that you saw defensively the other night that you feel like your guys might be able to carry forward into the rest of the season?
Sure. I think we attacked the ball better. I think our defensive staff has done a great job of simplifying what we do here in the offseason, allowing us to play faster. And I think the triggering and the tackling, I think we surprised them a little bit with our ability to trigger and swarm to the football the way they did. And, we gave up a little bit more explosives that I think that what we wanted throughout a game. But for the most part, the tackling was sound. I think we recorded 5 missed tackles for the whole ball game, which put us in a pretty good category there.
Thanks.
Next question for me. Go ahead, Ian.
Hey, Chris, you mentioned you were proud of the guys' fight. You guys hung in there tough. What was the belief factor on the sideline? Could you tell, the guys knew they were really in it with a chance to pull off an upset to start the year?
Yeah, anytime you play an FBS opponent, especially week one, when there's a lot of unknowns, you don't know what to expect. But I think after that first quarter, when our guys realized, we're right there, I think that it brought them together, and I think they played pretty well complementary football. We did move the ball on at times. And if we convert a fourth down late, down deep in their territory, and we make that we take the lead on there, who knows? Pressure. Anytime you put pressure on somebody, you don't know what they're going to respond. So I think we were, like I said, just a couple plays away from really having a different outcome in that ball game.
I was going to ask you, that was the next thing I was going to ask you about. Obviously, that was a chance to take the lead in the game on a fourth down play. What did you see in that play that maybe you'd like to have back or do differently, or did it just make a good play defensively?
Yeah, we won. I told the staff and I told the kids, I'm going to challenge you early in the season. We're going to take those opportunities this early in the season, and we're going to set the tone for ourselves. We want teams to see us on film to know that they can expect anything from us. That we're going to put the ball game in the hands of our kids, and I think the movement was there. We just, we caught a bad step with the running back. I think he tripped himself up on the offensive line trying to go through it. But I wouldn't hesitate to call that play or that situation again.
Question for me. Go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, Chris, it was a 6 point game, most of the way through, really one play away. What did you see offensively that you can kind of coach up to try and get that one play that you needed throughout there? Offensively, what are some corrections you're looking to make?
Sure. We struggled a little bit running the football on early downs against them. We really their defensive front moved around quite a bit, and so that was something that uh, we've put a lot of emphasis on here since we've gotten back on film, um, and I really feel that Brennan, when he has the ability to when we just don't turn the ball over, I think that gives us a chance. I think our guys know that if we just give ourselves a chance to play football, it's okay to punt. It's okay to give our defense a long field to defend. And I think that was the key takeaway for our offense is that, you know, we have to be more successful in early down running in order for the offense to succeed. And then, we've got to capitalize on those drives. We can't take the ball inside the 15-yard line and come away with 0 points.
Chris, you talked about Bryant threw for 187 with a whole, I guess, new set of not a whole new set of receivers, but you lose an All-American receiver in Landon. How did you feel like some of your receiving group stepped up?
I felt that we had some big plays by some new kids. I think Aldrich Doe really, he kind of showed out there a little bit, which was a pleasant surprise for us. And then Tristan Riley came up with some really key big third down catches for us that extended a lot of drives. And we didn't have as many explosives as we wanted to offensively. I think we had a couple go off some hands, a couple drops out there that may have given us some more. But we had we had a lot of passes that were just, I guess, sub explosives. Those 13, 14-yard plays. They weren't the 18 that we consider passing wise as an explosive for us. But I was really happy with their ability to run the routes and compete against that level of competition and be successful.
Got one more for me. Go ahead, Ian.
Chris, looking ahead to UMass, one, shorter trip, and two, another challenge, another FBS opponent that's coming off a tough loss themselves. Just what have you seen from UMass so far?
Well, I think we're going to see almost an identical football team when it comes to even the colors in the stadium. I mean, you're looking at an FBS football team that's probably just a step above FCS ball. Got a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Rasmussen. He's a really, really good coach. I know that they've had a massive turnover on their roster as well. I think you're going to find out the most advanced progress from a football team, advancement from a football team's week 1 to week 2. Week 1, you find out what you got, and then as a coaching staff, you do the best to fix your weaknesses and exploit your strengths. And I think everybody in the country is in the same boat between week 1 and week 2. So I know they're disappointed, I'm sure, with their performance against Temple. And they're going to have their things fixed. He's too good of a coach and too good of a staff not to. Hopefully we get the same from us.
All right, Chris, thanks so much for taking time with us here this morning.